Hello. So I think I'm live now. There's always that delay where I'm not 100% certain, but I think I am. So where I'm going to talk about now is I mentioned last night in a Facebook post about Doodle for Google. And it's a contest that Google has. I think they only announced this and put it out there for public participation once a year. And that once a year started this week. And what it is just competition. I'm sure we're all familiar with Google. And if you go to Google, actually go here, sometimes there's a Google Doodle that's usually representative of a particular day or some sort of event, something along those lines. And you can actually create your own Google Doodle and submit it for a competition. And like I said, it opened up earlier this week on January 11th, and it closes February 26th. And I'm just kind of going to go over what this is and how it works and who can participate and how you can enter and all that fun stuff. So I have notes because I always get flustered whenever I do anything on video. Okay, so let's kind of start, with what it is. So Google, everybody knows Google. You got the Google Doodle. Everybody's familiar with that. So what I'm also going to show is some past doodles. Let's see. So you can go in here. Now I'm on the website is google.com/doodles. And you can do is go to the past doodles and you can see how they've had a variety of different doodles in the past. Again, this is, I'm sure, something you're all familiar with. Children's Day, first day of school, everything of that, representative of a particular event. You can search for past doodles and let's go ahead and get back into here. And then you can also see the previous winners. And right now I'm under the facts, the FAQs. And we go to previous winners. Okay. And under previous winners, you can see this one is for the September 23rd, 2020 Doodle for Google. Go ahead and click on that one. And this was a Texas fifth grader. She won the 2020 Doodle for Google contest, whose doodle is featured on the U.S. homepage today. She's one of tens of thousands of students from across the country who enter the contest. With the prompt, I show kindness by. So, it talks a little bit of a bio about the contestant and where the reach it was at, which looks like the United States. Okay. So those are that's how you can kind of see what previous entries look like if you're looking for a little inspiration or you're not sure what to put in there. And you can see that looks like the theme was kindness, and she got the GOOGLE embedded in the different areas of the little dolls or the drawing that she did. It's really cute. So it's a fun way to get creative. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close out that tab. Okay, so who can enter? So unfortunately I cannot enter, which is fine. But the people that can enter are K through 12. So it's intended for students. So let's see. Okay, who is allowed to enter artwork? Parents, teachers, nonprofits, and after-school programs are welcome to enter artwork on behalf of students K through 12. So basically the artist has to be a student in the K through 12, and anybody else can submit on their behalf. Obviously, if they're too young, they can't submit their own work. When teachers and after-school programs enter doodles on behalf of their students, there's an entry form, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. It must be signed by the student's parent or guardian. That is absolutely must have. Teachers can submit multiple doodles at one time. So if you have a whole entire classroom participating in this, you can submit multiple doodles at one time, but only one original doodle per student. So if you have a class of 30 students, you can submit 30 submissions, but each student only gets one submission. So regardless of the entry channel, because we'll talk about how you can enter in a little bit, there's a $50,000 technology award will go to the winning student schools. So there's a monetary incentive to this as well for your school. Let's see. Is there a limit on how many doodles a school, nonprofit, after-school program, or parent can enter? There's no limit, though teachers and nonprofit leaders may enter multiple doodles for classrooms at one time. Again, they can only accept one per student. And homeschool, whether you intended for it to be or not, is becoming the mainstay. The students enrolled in homeschools, and technically homeschooled students, not necessarily doing school at home, but are eligible to participate in the contest. If the national winner is enrolled in a homeschool, the homeschool is in which he or she is enrolled will receive $5,000 in value towards Chromebooks for education or tablets with Google Play for education. The national winner may then donate $45,000 in value towards the establishment and improvement of a computer lab or a technology program for a public library or public school in the community that meets Google's criteria for awards. So if you're a homeschooler, and that's just how, if you just homeschool your students or you homeschool your kids, there's a monetary incentive for you, for your household, and then you can also contribute a nice chunk of change for an outside entity like a public library or public school. Let's see. They do not accept group entries. You must be a U.S. citizen to participate. Okay. So let's kind of look at the judges a little bit. So the judges that they have judging this are David Pilkey. He's an author and illustrator. Peter Cottontail, Grammy Award-winning producer and artist, and Tabitha Rossbrough. She's a 2020 National Teacher of the Year. So those are the judges, the people who will be judging. Okay, so when is it open? Like I said earlier, it opened this week. So you can first start entering January 11th, and the February 26th is whenever the deadline is. So this is completely done online. Okay, let me go back on this. Your Google Doodle will be done online, but you can actually submit it online or through mail. I don't know why I'm getting so flustered. But anyways, so the way you download it, or the way you submit it, is you can download or print the entry form. And this entry form will take you into here. So you can print out the form, and it gives you instructions on here. And you can see that there's a place for the student name, the student grade level, and so on and so forth. And what you will need to do is you will need to take the image, because this is actually a physical drawing or clay or whatever it is, whatever medium you want to use. It's not I don't think it's anything that can be created digitally. It may be able to. I haven't seen that yet, but it does say it's open to a variety of different mediums like crayons and clay and whatnot. It says that artists can create their doodles using any materials they want, from crayons to clay to found objects. It does not specify it need to be whether it can or cannot be digitally created. So that's something that if you really want to do something digital, you may be able to, but it doesn't really specify one way or the other. So let's see. Actually, I started playing with something. I have Legos. I like Legos. And I started playing with Legos to make my own doodle. Google Doodle. I ran out of Legos, but what you do is after you create your doodle in whatever medium you choose, you would take a picture of it and then you would attach it to that form if you do it by mail. If you do it online, you just upload the image file in there. Okay, so also what you need to do, you need a doodle, obviously. You need to write the artist statement, tell us about what you have drawn and how it represents your inner strength. Fill out the rest of the required information to have a parent or guardian sign the entry form. So you can enter the contest online. Let's see, and it's a little bit of information about you, same thing as what we went over before if you did the physical form. And you just upload the JPEG or PNG files up in here. And if you need to do it by mail, you can, there's some information there for you to mail it. And let's see. Entry form doodles. If the doodles created directly on our entry form, you can either upload them to our site as a JPEG or PNG or mail them. Okay. If the doodle wasn't created directly on our entry form, take a high resolution digital photo or scan of the doodle in good lighting and combine it with the entry form. Let's see, judging criteria. So how will it be judged? Based on the artistic skill, the creativity, representation of the contest theme, use of the letters in the Google logo, and the unique approach to the doodle. And also the communication, how well the contest theme is expressed in both the artwork and the written statement. There will be, it looks like 5 different categories for judging, K through 3, 4 through 5, 6 through 7, grades 8 through 9, and grades 10 through 12. And finalists will be judged on a state-by-state basis as described below. There's state and territory winners, 10 or more winners for each grade group, 54 in total. There's a national one, and then there's the national winner here featured on google.com. Let's see. So disqualifications. Doodles that are not original works, contain logos or copyright imagery will be disqualified. So just be aware of that. Only 1 application per student. Only the first doodle entered for each student will be considered, and any additional doodles will be disqualified. And then there's contest rules for more information. I'm still not seeing anything specified if you could create it digitally or not. I assume you could. But I'm not seeing anything stating one thing or the other. Okay. Let's see. And I think that's pretty much it, all I wanted to go over. I did create oops, I don't want to do that. I'll share it with you later. I did create a Facebook group for Google Doodlers in Ohio, if anybody is wanting to showcase their work on Facebook in this particular page in this group. And I'll share that link here shortly on anybody who's wanting to participate in that and just share your drawings and share your creations and just maybe snowball some ideas. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions on Google Doodle or doodling for Google, let me know. I think this will be fun. I know what we've done before in some previous classes I worked with is we made a doodle using Scratch, and it was just fun. It's a fun way to get creative. And digital technology and using digital technology and creating things, there's a lot of creativity to it. You just need to find the creativity that works for you. So, because creativity does not look the same thing for everybody. So this is a good way to find what works best for you and just have fun. That's the main thing, have fun. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.